Hey everybody, I'm Warren Smith, and here's what we're bringing you in the current issue of World Magazine.
Today's news, Christian views, World Magazine.
Our cover story this issue is on the campaign of Newt Gingrich. Despite past infidelities, an establishment background, and of course Mitt Romney's best efforts, Newt Gingrich is gaining evangelical support and succeeding at running as an anti-Washington insurgent. Our Washington Bureau Chief, Edward Lee Pitts, went to Florida to track Gingrich down, and Lee brings back an in-depth report on the Gingrich resurgence. Now, 2009 was Charles Darwin's 200th birthday and the 150th anniversary of the publication of his book on the origin of species. That's one of the reasons we've seen a new species of books evolve, a species devoted to Darwin's exaltation. Now, Marvin Olasky examines 3 specimens from this species, as well as one assessment of Darwin, a fictional account called I, Charles Darwin, that Marvin says puts Darwin in his proper place. In this issue, Marvin Olasky also has a fascinating conversation with former Secretary of Education William Bennett, as well as some reflections on Black History Month. Our New York-based reporter Tiffany Owens brings us an important story about church-state relations. Churches that meet in New York City public schools pay rent to the cash-strapped school system. They meet during non-school hours, and they help the local communities there by their very presence, as well as with tons of service and outreach projects. But they face a February 12 deadline to get out and stay out. Tiffany's story brings this conflict into focus, a conflict that could have consequences for churches and school systems all across the country. I also want to mention that World's editor, Mindy Belz, has been in Kampala, Uganda for the past couple of weeks, training African journalists as part of a World Journalism Institute program, but also writing and editing from there too. You'll hear much more about Mindy's trip to Africa in the weeks ahead, but don't miss one of her first reports from that trip in this issue. And as usual, Dispatches, the section that opens every issue of World, brings you a strategic summary of the top news stories written in a thoughtful yet lively way. Our movie and TV coverage this time around brings you Megan Basham's take on Lost creator J.J. Abrams' latest show, Alcatraz, as well as an assessment of the unlikely hit television program, Portlandia. You can find all of this and a lot more in the current issue of World, available now online at worldmag.com. And while you're there, check out all the extras we have on our website. If you have an iPad, you should really check out our new iPad app. We've also got lots of breaking news stories on the website, commentary that simply won't fit in the magazine, and don't forget our weekly radio program, The World and Everything in It, hosted by Nick Eicher and Joseph Slife. All of this available on our website or the radio program on iTunes. So go to worldmag.com and check out all this great content. Now finally, if you're not subscribing to World, we still have our free trial subscription offer going on. Almost 300 of you took advantage of this offer in the last 2 weeks alone. It's free and easy. Just go to getworldnow.com and use the promo code VIDEO. You can sign up and get the next 6 issues, that's 3 months of World Magazine, absolutely free. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me again this week. I hope you enjoy this issue of World Magazine, and I'll see you next time.
World. Today's news, Christian views.